Hello, hello, hello. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Alright, let's see what we got for you today. We have a Italian sports car. And no, it's not a Ferrari. No, it's not a Lamborghini. And it's definitely not a Maserati. This is just a simple Fiat Coupe. Coupe. Now we're looking at a 143 scale 1996 Fiat Coupe, or Coupe, however you say in your country. Hey, this is a pretty attractive Fiat. I'm not gonna lie. Fiat came out with a nice looking sports car. I think this is a more or less the same time that Alfa Romeo came out with the how does it called, GTV or VT? No, I think it's GTV. But it's more or less around the same timing. It was a quite good looking car. I remember seeing them in quite bright colors. I remember seeing them in yellow, in bright red. This one's in silver. Now, this car came out from 1993 all the way down to 2000. And it was only a two-door car. It only came out in a manual, no automatic. And it has a few different engines. It had a 1.8, it had a 2.0, had a turbo also in one of them, and it was quite attractive. I remember when it came out, it was an attractive looking car. And this is basically a car that lasted almost a decade, a little less. It lasted 7 years. But example, look at those headlights, guys. I don't think I seen them in other cars. It's like sticking out, but it's barely sticking out. It's quite big. The rear is also very attractive and very unique. Those two headlights, not two taillights, each side. Come on, I mean this car is quite an achievement. I think it should have been more popular. Unfortunately, Fiat sold altogether since they made them a little bit about 72,000 more or less models altogether. It could have been it could have been a much more popular car if it was sold in other markets. This car, if I'm not mistaken, it never sold outside Europe. I'm not even sure how well it did outside Italy. You know, Unfortunately, that's one thing I have noticed back in the days with the Italian, especially with Italian brands. Example like Lancia. They put so much effort in their own market, they forget the exporting them. Like Fiat usually was pretty good at that. Fiat was one of the most open-minded with exporting cars. They sold almost everywhere in the world. They even back in America nowadays. But this car in America would probably sold pretty well. Because back in the 90s, America used to love sports cars. We had so many options. We had the Mitsubishi Eclipse. We had the Toyota, the smaller Paseo. We had the Toyota Supra. We had Celica. And we had so many other options. We even had Hyundai Tiburon. And on and on and on. So this car would have been competition with one of them. And it's quite attractive. I think it would have sold quite well, you know but they they didn't do it. They stopped making them in 2000. Fiat was not in the it was not in America yet in the year 2000, because they came back in around 2008, 2000, yeah, around 2008 with the Fiat 500. But could have done better. All right, I'm gonna go around a few times so you got a nice look at the car, and I'll be right back. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this car. How popular this car was in your country, if it was ever sold in your country. If you're from Europe, you probably could answer me that question better. And again, if it was sold outside Europe, please let me know what countries. I'm eager to know. I don't know much of the history of this car because unfortunately, I don't think I ever seen one in person. I see many pictures of them, and I find them very attractive. I gotta say. That's why I said it would have been probably a good idea if they would have put more effort in exporting them. It would probably done a lot better, you know. But sometimes when you want to keep it not so popular, you want to just keep it to your own base country and a few others. But that depends on what's your um expectations of when you're selling a car, like the company, what were their expectations on this car. Let me know, have you ever seen one of these? Like I said before, have you ever drove one of these? Or you like me, we are the ones that we just collect in miniatures. Yeah, I have a 143, maybe you have it in a different size. I'm not sure if they have them bigger, different sizes like 118, 124. If you have it in those sizes, even better because they're bigger and more detailed. Unfortunately, I have so many 143s. If I would have the same amount in 124s or 118s, forget it. It would have taken over my house. It would have been over the roof because they're bigger, a lot bigger. And I have, mm, not exaggerating, guys, but I have over 2,000 143s, which I'm gonna make like a little gallery. I'm gonna make a little room full of displays, and I'm gonna film little by little all of them, like in display mode, like not going detail one by one, because there's so many of them, and I'm trying to catch up, but it's my timing is limited. That's why I skip a few days. Don't forget to give me a nice thumbs up, which I always appreciate. You know, like I said, always, you know, when you guys show the creators like me that you're enjoying what you're seeing, it gives us that push to make more and more because it shows that you're enjoying what you're seeing. Don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button, which will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Alright, guys, so take care of yourselves more than ever, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.